Today I'm going to be going over all the anime I'm watching this season. Some action, some funny, and a decent amount of isekai. And well, I have mixed emotions when it comes to isekai because either they are very good or either they just suck ass. But most do tend to feel extremely repetitive. But I'll let you guys decide on what you think of this lineup. Let me know in the comments and well, let's get into it. So I'm starting off strong here with Konosuba, one of the funniest anime that we have been blessed with. It is finally back with a third season, except this time we don't get to see the other team members, Kazuma, Aqua, and Darkness. Instead, the story focuses on Megumin and her life before becoming part of Kazuma's party. We get to see how she even became obsessed with her iconic explosion magic that we ourselves love. We also get a look into how weird and extra the Crimson Demons really are. To be honest, ever since I saw them first get shown in the last Konosuba movie, I thought they were hilarious, but could be a bit cringy at times. Either way, I'm a huge Konosuba fan and the humor is definitely staying true to the franchise, which makes me hope that they later on dive deep into the life of the other members, like for example, how Darkness became how she is, because personally, I think she's another fan favorite for many reasons. But what do you think about the new Konosuba season? Let me know in the comments. So the next anime I want to touch on is Mashle, Magic, and Muscles. It takes place in a world where magic reigns supreme and anyone without magic gets taken out in order to keep the gene pool of magic people in the world strong and pure. Except there's one wizard in the forest who has a son named Mash with no magic at all. Kinda reminds me of another anime. Either way, he is trying to protect Mash from all the townspeople that would look down on him and will report him to, I guess, magic police. And for Mash to be able to survive a world that's against him, his dad has made Mash work out non-stop. He's a gym bro basically at this point, benching crazy amounts of weight to the point where he can't challenge the magic users themselves with pure strength. So it's a good old, if you can't fight fire with fire, just work out or train till you can beat their ass and they can't do anything about it. So this is a comedy anime overall though, so expect a lot of wacky and slapstick comedy style jokes, kind of similar to Psyche K in a way. Mash himself is like a buff mob almost also, who doesn't really get things at first, but I think many will enjoy this anime overall, and yeah, just go watch it. Alright, third on this random list is Dead Mount Desplay. This is an anime that starts in a magical medieval world where the hero has to kill what looks like a big monster reaper necromancer, aka the corpse god, that's been terrorizing the world for far too long. And well, he is killed, but before he is killed by the hero, he casts a spell on himself so that he is reincarnated. And unsurprisingly, it works, and he ends up waking up in another world with no magic. Yep, modern day Tokyo, Japan. What a twist. So like a reverse isekai, I guess. I don't know if that's what you would call it, but it's the opposite of what most isekais are. So anyways, he's occupied the body of a young high school student because apparently no one in Japan goes to fucking college anymore, because I swear it's always a high school student without any real reason or gain. Like, it doesn't make a difference if he was a fucking janitor, but they just gotta make him a high school student. I just have to throw that in there. So the kid had just gotten assassinated, and I guess was an empty shell that got used by the corpse god. So I'm sure by now the anime has piqued your interest some, and well, yeah, go give it a watch and let me know what you think about it. Okay, let's move on to the fourth anime I want to talk about on the list, and that is Working for God in a Godless World. Working for God in a Godless World. It's almost like a fucking, like, it doesn't make sense, but it's another isekai anime, and that's probably why it doesn't make sense, because isekai anime don't make sense. Where the leader of a cult sacrifices his own son to their god, and the son is reborn in another world where the concept of God does not exist, nor does the concept of magic. And I mentioned that because what anime isn't, and specifically what isekai anime doesn't use magic as a plot point of their story, or some type of fucking gaming type of plot where they have fucking level ups. And I feel like that's become a really big trend with a lot of isekai anime. I feel like they weren't like that before. Either way, in this world they use magic without knowing what it is, and there's an episode where he's about to die, the main character Yukito, and he is saved by his dad's god, which is a loli, like always, you know, Japan, whom he was sacrificed to and has to help her gain as many followers as possible to make her stronger, because it's kind of like Noragami, I guess. The more people that pray to you, the stronger you are. Overall, this anime seems kind of promising, and it's comedy and quite ecchi scenes. It has a good bit of fan service. The first fucking like 2 minutes you get a fucking fan service, like the fucking guys getting jacked off, but it's definitely different compared to the next anime I want to talk about on this list, and that is Sacrificial Princess and the King of Beasts. If Beauty and the Beast was an anime, this is kind of what it would mostly likely look like. Sacrificial Princess and the King of Beasts is an anime where in their world a city of demon animals reigns supreme, and the man sacrifices from humans in far off lands for the king to eat. Basically a big ass lying saber-tooth is their king. He controls his underlings with fear and power until one day they bring him a blue-eyed, white-haired, and white-skinned offering to eat as part of the ritual he does. But he notices how this girl named Sarifi has no fear of him and of the idea of losing her life to him. Doesn't really scare her. So that interests him because I guess most people would be scared of him, and maybe her being pretty also, you know, tickles his willy or whatever, and he slowly starts to warm up to her. Until the day of the ritual, we are hit with a surprise. Isekai. Now I don't want to spoil this anime and what the surprise is and say what, is going on, but it's not the biggest, craziest plot point, like, but I'll let you guys be the judge of that, and you go watch it and let me know what you think. I won't ruin it. Personally, for me, I hate to say it's a shitty anime because it could be good. I've barely seen like 1 or 2 episodes, so I could be talking shit too soon, but we'll see after a few episodes. But when you need something to watch, this is where you end up, basically on the darker side of the anime world. But now, for this next anime that I'm sure some will like a lot more than that weird ass one I just mentioned, and that is Hell's Paradise. Now, I did a video on Hell's Paradise not too long ago saying it might be the next most hyped anime, and I don't really think it's gonna be the next hyped anime, but everybody that's watched it or I've talked to kind of likes it. I think it was animated pretty well, and it's one of those animes that in manga form they're kind of cool, they're kind of dope, but I knew in animation form, once it was produced, it would be a lot better because it's an anime with a lot of beautiful artwork and a lot of trippy ass designs and a lot of colors that will really pop. So far it's been pretty badass. So Hell's Paradise is the anime where a group of death row inmates are forced to board boats, accompanied by watchers or a clan of highly skilled samurais that are there to make sure the criminals finish their goal of finding an elixir that will grant the shogunate eternal life. And as a reward, one of them will be granted a pardon from the death penalty. So the art and vibrant colors used in this anime will truly have you entranced. The weird and at the same time gruesome fights and characters are sure to have you captivated. So if you want to see the main character, Gabimaru the Hollow, fuck some shit up and his watcher Sagiri maneuver the island full of mysteries, make sure to give this anime a watch. Now I already have read the manga for this anime, and at one point close to the end it did get a little weird and I wasn't too sure where it was heading. Still, pretty dope, don't get me wrong, but I do know I haven't finished reading it, so there's that. I just feel like it's an anime that will be better animated than it was reading as a manga, just because there's more freedom with fight scenes and colors. So yeah, just make sure to go watch it. Okay, now this next anime is not an action anime and it's not an isekai anime, thank God, because we definitely have enough of those flying around. Or who knows, maybe in the next episode the main character gets transported into another world. I can't really let my guard down anymore. So Rokuru's Bad Girls is an anime where a group of 3 friends are trying to have a great high school life, but that is quickly put to a stop when they have to enroll in a school run by delinquent guys and girls, a bunch of bad kids and, I guess, quote unquote bullies. And they're constantly being bullied non-stop until one day, Tosuke, the main character, opens a present from his late grandpa, a scroll that puts a mark on his forehead. And before he knows it, every bad girl he comes into contact with starts to like him. So it's a harem anime, as we can already tell by now. And it seems to be only bad girls that like him. And because of this, he starts to gain protection from them, and soon enough he has the toughest girls protecting them. But where is this anime heading really? What's the main plot? What's really going on? To be honest, I don't fucking know. It's just a pretty fun one to watch, so I recommend it. You'll get to see some good comedy, just an overall chill show to watch. What more do you want? So out of all the anime I mentioned, which ones are you watching? And which ones are you hating? Which ones are you liking? And what other anime or even manga should I try? Let me know in the comments. I'd really appreciate it. Thanks for watching, like and subscribe. That'd be cool, and we'll all see you guys again next time. Peace.